So hello friend, welcome to my channel. Today I'll discuss some problems on real analysis, problems on series and sequence. So the first problem is we have to find the limit of this function. So to find the limit, we saw that if we can write this limit as limit n tends to infinity 1 minus n square whole to the power small n can be written as limit n tends to infinity if we 1 minus 1 by n into 1 plus 1 by n whole to the power small n. So it is nothing but limit n tends to infinity 1 minus 1 by n whole to the power small n into limit n tends to infinity 1 plus 1 by n whole to the power small n. And what is the value of this limit? This is nothing but e to the power minus 1, and the values of this limit is e to the power 1. So this comes as 1 by e times e. This is equals to 1. So what is the result? We have a result that limit n tends to infinity 1 plus x by n whole to the power small n is equals to e to the power x. Using these results, we get this value e to the power minus 1 and e to the power 1. So it cancels and we get the answer as 1. So the value of this limit is equals to 1. So my option A is the correct option. Now we will discuss the problem 2, and that is which of the following is correct. In problem 2 it is asked which of the following is correct. So first statement, which of the following is incorrect. We have to notice this because this is very vital. Which of the following is incorrect? So first is called that every bounded sequence has a convergent subsequence. Every bounded sequence has a convergent subsequence. This statement is correct statement. Every sequence has a monotonic subsequence. Yes, this is also a correct statement. Every sequence, we know that for every sequence there must has a monotonic subsequence. So this is also a correct statement. It is said that every sequence has a limit point. This is not true. Every sequence may or may not have any sequence may or may not have a limit point, because if the sequence is divergent sequence, then the sequence does not have any limit point. So this is a incorrect statement. So my option C is the incorrect. Now we check whether the option D is correct or not. Every sequence has a countable number of terms. Yes, for every sequence there are countable number of terms. This is also the correct statement. Okay. Okay, thank you. So now we'll solve the problem 3. This is a trick based problem, very important problem. So here it is asked that xn is a sequence of real number such that this limit is given, that limit n tends to infinity xn plus 1 minus xn is equals to c. C is positive real number. Then we have to find this, then the sequence this, we have to find whether what is the value of the sequence this. So we have a results, we know a very important results. This is a result based problem, very important problem, that if we have to find limit n tends to infinity an by bn, this limit can be written as limit n tends to infinity an plus 1 minus an divided by limit n tends to infinity bn plus 1 minus bn. Okay, so here what is in this problem the sequence is xn by n. So limit, we have to find the limit n tends to infinity xn by n. Okay, so this can be written as limit n tends to infinity xn plus 1 minus xn divided by limit n tends to infinity n plus 1 minus n. Okay, so this cancels out, so it comes as limit n tends to infinity xn plus 1 minus xn. Okay, because this is 1, so limit n tends to infinity 1 is 1, so this comes as limit n tends to infinity xn plus 1 minus xn, and we know that this value is equals to c. Okay, so this sequence converges to the value c. So my option C is the correct, that is the sequence converge to C. Okay, this is the correct answer of this problem. So now we'll discuss we discuss problem 4. So here it is a series is given, that is the series is series minus 1 to the power n plus 1 into 1 by n. Now we have to find whether this is series is unbounded, divergent, absolute convergent, or conditional convergent. Now this series we know by Leibniz test, this series is a convergent series. Leibniz test, the series is convergent. We know by Leibniz test what we get the value of this series. This is nothing but 1 minus 1 by 2 plus 1 by 3 minus 1 by 4 plus dot dot dot. This series is convergent by Leibniz test. We know from the results of Leibniz test. Okay. Now we have to find that is the series is convergent. Now there is no option that is whether it is convergent or not. It is given that whether it is absolutely convergent or it is conditionally convergent. So we have to know the concept of absolute convergence and the concept of conditional convergence. So the concept of absolute convergence is that if series mod of an converges, so does series an. Okay, so if series mod of n convergence, so does series an. So here it is not given whether the mod of this series is convergent or not. So here we cannot conclude whether the series is absolutely convergent or not. And there is another definition of conditional convergent. The definition of conditional convergence says that if series an converges, and series mod of an diverges. So here in this case we saw that the series is convergent, that is the series minus 1 to the power n plus 1 into 1 by n is convergent. And if we take mod of this series, then it comes as mod 1 by n. Okay, minus mod goes out. So this series mod of 1 by n, this is divergent. We know by p-test this series is divergent. Okay, so it satisfies the condition of conditional convergence. So the option D is correct answer, that is the series is conditionally convergent. Series is convergent, but the answer is the series is conditionally convergent. Okay. Now we solve problem 5. Which of the following series is divergent? Here 4 series is given. We have to check which of the following series is convergent. First we check the series 1 by n sine 1 by n. Okay, we check this series 1 by n sine 1 by n. So if we break the sine series, it comes as 1 by n, and sine series is 1 by n minus 1 by n cube by 3 factorial plus 1 by n whole to the power 5 by 5 factorial plus dot dot dot, in this way. So it is nothing but series 1 by n square plus 1 by n cube into 1 by n. So 1 by 3 factorial into 1 by n to the power 4 and so on. This types of goes. So it is series 1 by n square plus 1 by 3 factorial into series 1 by n to the power 4, in this way. Now we know by p-test, using p-test, this series comes, all the series will be convergent, since using p-test we know series 1 by n to the power p converges for p greater than 1. Okay, so here we get the value p greater than 1, 2, p 4, and all the terms comes after this, all will be, for all each of the cases p will be greater than 1. So this series will be convergent. So we can generally conclude that this series is a convergent series. Series 1 by n, sine 1 by n is a convergent series. In the similar fashion, we can say that this series B, in the similar fashion, we say that this series, if we expand this sine function also here, so in the similar fashion, we can say that 1 by n square sine 1 by n is also convergent series. Okay, now we'll check for the C. Okay, so it is given that series 1 over 1 by root over n plus root over of n plus 1. So we can write this series as multiply plus 1 divided by root n plus 1 into root n minus root n plus 1. So it comes as series root n minus root n plus 1 divided by n plus n minus n plus 1. So it is cancels. So it comes as, the series comes as series root n minus series root n plus 1. Now this series root n minus series root n plus 1, this is a divergent series. So my option C, that this series is a divergent series. So my option C is correct. Now we solve the option D. We have to check whether this series is convergent or divergent. So the series given by n divided by n to the power 4 plus 4. So it can be written as series, we divide this as n with n. So it is n cube plus 4 by n. Okay, so it is nothing but 1 by, we take limit. So if we take limit here, so it is nothing but 1 by limit n cube plus 4 by n. So this 4 by n is limit n tends to infinity, 4 by n comes as 0. And so it can be written as limit n tends to infinity. Sorry, limit is here, limit n tends to infinity. This comes as 0, so it is limit n tends to infinity 1 by n cube. So here also using p-test, we can say that this series is a convergent series. Since p is greater than 2, p is greater than 1, so this is also a convergent series. So this series is also convergent. So my option C is the correct option. That is, this series is divergent series, and every other else series given here is convergent series. Okay. Okay, now we'll solve the problem 6. This is a result based problem, very easy, 1 minute question. For a positive term series n is a positive term series. So the ratio test states that which of the following states in the ratio test? The series is convergent if n plus 1 by n is greater than 1. No, this is incorrect. Series is convergent if limit n tends to infinity n plus 1 by n is less than 1. Yes, this is correct statement. And series divergent if this, so note, this is also incorrect, and none of this incorrect. So my option B is correct. That is, the series is convergent if limit n tends to infinity, an plus 1 by an is less than 1, then we say that the series is convergent. Okay, this is a one line problem. It is solved. Now we'll solve the problem 7. The sequence given here, the sequence is 2 plus minus 1 to the power n. So it is asked whether it has exactly one constant subsequence, exactly two constant subsequence, exactly three constant subsequence, or no constant subsequence. So the sequence, we write the sequence Sn is equals to 2. Sequence Sn is equals to 2 plus minus 1 to the power n. Okay. Now this n can take two values. N is even and n is odd. So we get one subsequence for n is even and one subsequence for n odd. So we write it as n1, that is the first subsequence n1, Sn1, as 2 plus minus 1 to the power n, okay, when n is even. Okay, if n is even, then it comes as 2 plus minus 1 to the power even number is 1, so it is equals to 3. So the sequence will come a constant term 3 3 and in this way. Okay, 2 plus 1 is 3. So the sequence comes as in a constant term. This is a subsequence, and another subsequence will be Sn2. If we denote it as, it is 2 plus minus 1 to the power n when n is odd. If n is odd, then minus 1 to the power n is nothing but minus 1. So it is 2 minus 1. So the sequence comes as 1 1 1. This is a constant sequence with all elements 1. So this here only these two types is possible. One is n is when n is even, and another is when n is odd. So we get only exactly two constant subsequence, one with element 3 3 3 and with when n is even, and one with element 1 1 1 with when n is odd. So my option A says that exactly one constant subsequence. No, this is incorrect. Exactly two constant subsequence. Yes, we get exactly two constant subsequence. Exactly three constant subsequence. No, this is also incorrect. And no constant subsequence. This is also incorrect. Okay. Okay, now I'll solve problem A. This is last problem. So here it is given that sequence un is a series un is a convergent series. Then we have to find the limit of this value. So since series un is convergence, imply that limit n tends to infinity un sequence series un is nothing but 0. So it series converges imply this. Okay. Imply this. Okay, so now we'll solve this problem. Limit n tends to infinity un plus 1 divided by n to the power 1 by n. This limit can be written as limit n tends to infinity un plus 1 divided by limit n tends to infinity n to the power 1 by n. So this, if we break this, it comes as limit n tends to infinity un plus 1, and this is nothing but n to the power, if n tends to infinity, then n to the power 1 by n is nothing but this comes as 1. So this is limit un is 0, we get from the here plus 1 divided by 1. So the result is we get this value as 1. So the value of this limit is equals to 1. So my option C is the correct option. Okay. So thank you friend for watching this video.